Hello everyone! In this video, I want to talk to you about European news and not necessarily France this time. We're going to cross the border and talk about Germany and what is going on in Germany. Because we're all in the US here and we're talking about the government shutdown, the debt ceiling, the drones, a lot going on here, but so much going on abroad as well. So let's cross the Atlantic and see what's going on in Germany. And to start, I'm Anne, the little Frenchie in Big Texas. Welcome to my channel. If you enjoy the video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, because I try to cover the European news as much as I can when something big happens over there. And unfortunately, something big and not good happened yesterday in Germany. So just to give you a picture here, Germany before Christmas is very big is the markets, street markets, Christmas markets. It's places where people like to go walk, buy some small presents on the street while enjoying usually a hot chocolate, a warm wine. You got the same on the French side, but in Germany you also have the sausages, the snacks. So it's really a place very cheerful, listen to some Christmas music, have a good time with family and friends. That's the place where people go after work on a Friday evening or Saturday, walk around with the kids. It's a very pleasant place to go and have a good time. Except that yesterday in Eastern Germany, because that was on the east side of Germany, also we don't have East and West anymore. It was not such a nice place. So let me share my screen and show you what happened, because there was an attack on that market. And that's pretty much what you see here, the picture of the market devastated after a car ran through that market and killed people, pretty much. So just wanted to show you the picture, what the market looks like, with the little houses on the side that sell their soap, candles, all the homemade goodies, the cookies. Well, it wasn't joyful yesterday. So we are here. Let me go up at the beginning of the article. Death toll rises to 5 with more than 200 injured in German Christmas market attack. So we are in the city of Magdeburg. And unimaginable that this is happening to Germany. Yeah, said the Prime Minister of the state of Saxony-Anhalt. Yes. So out of the 200 injured, apparently you have 40 of them that are in critical condition at the hospital. So they're unfortunately expecting the death toll to rise. So the suspect was arrested. He's a 50-year-old man from Saudi Arabia who had lived in Germany since 2006, so almost 20 years. He's a German and worked as a doctor in a nearby town. A doctor. I mean, what crosses people's mind? A doctor doing such a thing. You're supposed to save lives. Authorities have not released any information about a possible motive behind the attack. But apparently there was an feed linked to the suspect that showed he had in the past shared anti-Islam statements and accused Germany of promoting the Islamization of the country. So this is a bit different from what you've seen in France, where you have pro-Islam doing terror attacks. This here looks like the opposite. But it's just the very beginning thoughts. The investigation has just started. Yeah, a 9-year-old child and 4 adults were among the immediate victims. So the first one that were killed on site. So this is the Chancellor, Olaf Scholz, right there, as you see. Yeah, everybody with, not an easy one. A car drove into a crowd of a Christmas market in Magdeburg on Saturday. Crazy, crazy, crazy. There is no more peaceful, joyous place in Germany than Christmas markets, when people come together ahead of the Christmas festival and spend some time together. Drink mulled wine, have a sausage together to relax. Yeah, Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. That's the spirit of Christmas and the Christmas markets. So they still have to understand the motive behind the attack, but it doesn't change the fact that all these people died and more are probably going to not make it according to what they're saying. So yeah, doctor in a nearby town, 25 miles south of the capital of the state, he rented a car that he used in the alleged attack. Yeah. In the video, dozens of people can be seen crowded at the market stalls where the vehicle plows directly into them. Oh my gosh. Some people can be seen running away in panic while others dive into the stalls. Bodies and debris are scattered across the narrow lane as the car turns out of the plaza. Wow. The area around the car was previously cordoned off over suspicion that an explosive device could be inside it. But later, yeah, it was found no such device. Okay, it's just completely crazy. Completely crazy. So that's what happened in Germany. So I said yesterday, but apparently it could be this morning. I'm not too sure. It just happened. It's very hot news here. And it unfortunately reminds me dearly of what happened in Nice, in the south of France, in 2016. If you remember, it was the 4th of July here in Nice. So let me try sharing the screen as well. It was actually much worse. And that one was a terror attack, but the exact same scheme, meaning you had here it was a terrorist pro-Islam who drove into the crowd that was on the, so Nice is by the Mediterranean Sea, and people gather in the evening to see the fireworks. And here it was not a car, it was a huge truck that just runs through the main boulevard where all the people were watching the firework or waiting to watch the firework. And here the death toll was horrific. You had over 80 people that actually died, 400 injured. It was just horrific because the truck, it was a very powerful truck that kept going on that. I had prepared a video here to share with you Nice, but I don't even want to share it because it's painful to watch for everyone, in particular for me who knew the place and had been there on the 14th of July a few years before. So this is just, but unfortunately, that's what's happening. So one side is pro-Islam, against it, but same, you've got people, innocent people who died. And so that's the hot news. But at the same time, you have other things happening in Germany. Just the same as I covered France in a previous video, talking about the government, the fact that we had a no confidence vote in parliament. And the prime minister, which was the third one, had to resign. So Emmanuel Macron decided for another prime minister, number 4, which is called Bayrou, who is an old figure from the government, central guy. We'll see what he gets to do because the extreme right is pretty adamant they're going to take him down and will not approve. It's all about the budget here and the money and getting it approved through parliament. And will he make it or not? I don't know. I have my doubts. We might get a number 5 prime minister early next year. If he fails, who knows? But at the end, they're not only going, the two extreme parties, the extreme right and the extreme left in France, are not only going after the prime minister, they're going after the president here. The message is, okay, we don't want your budget, we don't want your prime minister, but at the end, we don't want you anymore. So, but the same happened in Germany. That's the thing. It's not just France. It's just happening. Europe. These are the 2 main European countries here. It's just completely crazy. Look at this. First France, now Germany. What is going on in Europe? What's going on in Europe? Germany's government collapse and imminent snap elections mark the latest crisis amid an uneven state of European leadership. Yes. So that one is dated December 18. So that was 2-3 days ago. But that is exactly what happened in Germany. Oops. Let me try to get these ads off. It's just everywhere. So German lawmakers voted this week to dissolve the government, just like French president at the same time named the country's fourth prime minister in a year span. Yes, what on earth is happening with European leadership? It's a very good. So France was a bit more abrupt here because you had a lot of protests. Yeah, as you see in France, waves of protests, fatal police shooting. Because that's. I'm not going over all the petty news everywhere in France. It's just nonstop. People shooted, attacked. I mean, it's just nonstop. Depressing. Budget disputes, and here it was very much budget. The issues extend. That's the thing that's interesting I found in this article. The issues extend beyond the old continent. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, a peer of Scholz and Macron, is facing calls to step down. His finance minister abruptly resigned. So it's all over the place. All over. We're talking about government shutdown here in the US. The bill just got approved apparently last night by Congress. God knows what's in that bill and how much pay increase they're getting, how much spending they're going to make. But anyway, it looks like, at least on the US side, the government is not shutting down. My understanding also, it still has to be probably approved by the Senate, so it's not completely done yet. But the establishment, right or left or center, have been doing a bad job addressing the lived experiences of the most voter, the lived, sorry. Yeah, people are just not happy. They are not happy. That's the thing. So what is the state of European leadership right now? Well, it's not good. In some countries, it's not good. Overall, it's uneven because some countries like Italy and UK look a bit more stable than France and Germany. France is going to go through a lot of turbulence, yes, and the German collapse was sort of orchestrated. Yes, it was, but it's a little different. It's still like, I mean, it might be orchestrated a little different than the French, but it still reflects deeper issues. That's the thing. European is a lot more diverse than the US, than North America, for sure. But you have the founding members of the Europe, the founding members of Europe that are showing a sign of heavy disturbance here. The one who seems the strongest in position at the moment is actually the president of the European Commission. Surprising. Ursula von der Leyen. Okay, because she was just given a second term. So at the EU level, you have a more united leadership that you do in many of the member states. Yeah, but we're talking about two founding member states here and people in these two states that are deeply unhappy with what's going on. And that must include Europe, given the president is pro-Europe. Macron ran for Europe. I mean, the first term he was elected, behind him, he had both flags, France and Europe. He's a pro-European president. So at the end, what's going on against Macron is ultimately also against Europe. The establishment, right or left or center, has been doing a bad job. Yes, that's what we've been saying. They repeat themselves in this article. It's a widespread phenomenon in both Europe and North America. Yes, the complaints are similar. Yes, Americas as well. Canada as well. Trudeau, Macron, yes. Oh, that's the new French Prime Minister. See, Bayrou. Yeah, lucky guy. How long are you going to last? That's the question. But yeah, it was also about money in Germany, if you want to know what happened. German is a bit different from France. They have a constitutional, what they call here, the debt break. That means the government cannot take on additional debt. And they were pretty much stuck with the funds they had. And they couldn't spend on defense like the chancellor had promised. They had trouble managing the energy transition away from Russia, dependence on gas. So they couldn't invest in their economy in the way many other economies had doing. So they're, in a crisis, pretty much. It's all about money. All about money. So that's, unfortunately, the news from the old continent. Nothing good. Nothing good. Just the same as here, pretty much. Different, but the same. And overall, not good. Whether we're talking about market attack, drone, and potential further attack here in the US, we're not too sure what they're doing. And we're heading into a Christmas, which is supposed to be the most joyful time of the year. So crazy. Let me work on my next video here, which is going to be a more joyful video. We're going to talk about Christmas lights with some nice Christmas music. So hopefully to put joy in the heart. So as always, if you find this video useful, make sure to hit the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and check out my next video to get a bit of cheer and joy. Thank you all for watching.